Hello, everyone. Today, I want to share with you a parable, a wonderful story that I learned, I was told, and I was shared when I was growing up. And the story is about a swan and a crow. It's a very fun story and very enjoyable. But the story had a lot of meaning. And right now, as we get into these practices, it becomes very more uh, important in terms of understanding the story. So here's what happened. A group of swans came from the north. They come south during winter time. They're sitting on the edge of a big pond, a lake, and they were resting. And a crow is flying by and notices this swan sitting there. Of course, the crow is wondering why are they resting? Why are they? So the crow starts talking to the swan. Mr. Swan, what's happening? Are you tired? No, we just came a little distance and so we're just resting. We'll be on our way very soon. So the crow is saying, well, I don't know about you, but looks like the way you fly is not very interesting. You just fly. Yeah, we fly a distance. And said, Crow says, well, listen, I want to show you something. I have almost 51 ways in which I can fly. This was a number given when I was growing up. So it's a 51 ways in which I can fly. Swan says, yeah, let me show you. And so the crow starts flying. One hand like that. One wing, the second wing, then the eyes closed, one eye closed, second eye closed, shaking the leg, and on and on. I mean, he has all these number of variations and doing it. And obviously, it's a smaller bird, so doing a little faster. And so, do you know any of this? Says the crow. The swan says, no, we don't know. We just go flow, usual flying, That's all we do. Oh, that is boring, he says. The crow says, well, let's do this. Let's do a little competition as to who flies better. Swan says, no, 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 I don't think I'm interested in that. And the crow continues to insist. He said, let's go. And so they go. They say they start. And the crow is doing all the other stuff, all the gymnastics that the crow is showing off and everything. And a lot of times, he does it a little faster, and a lot of it faster. The swan, Mr. Swan, you're not flying well. The swan says, oh, okay, no problem. So after some time, the swan says, can we do the fly that we do, the way we fly? He said, okay. And so the swan starts flying, the usual, and flying. And the crow is doing all his tricks and everything else. And the swan says, well, can we just go? I'm tired of this land. There's a little sea over there. Let's fly over the water. It'll be wonderful. The crow says, wow, it'll be cooler also. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. And he goes and over the water and continues to fly. And after a while, the crow is getting a little tired. He says, wow, Mr. Swan, how long are we going to go? Look at the land. The home is over there. And Swan says, no, my home is to the north, all the way to the north, so many miles away. But Crow says, well, okay, no problem, we'll fly more. And he continues to fly even more. After a while, the crow really gets tired. He says, and he's going, he's going the usual way, a little faster, a little getting tired. And so he's flying there, both are flying together, and the crow starts sinking a little bit near the water. And Mr. Swan says, hey, Mr. Crow, is this new technique you're using? Drinking water and flying? The crow is very tired. He says, no, no, Mr. Swan, I'm really tired. I don't think I can fly. I'm going to drown. You please help me. He gave up. He says, well, I'm done. And so the swan says, okay, come on over and back here. and then Swan takes it back. So this was a fun story growing up. But interestingly, this is what happens when we do practices in our regular practices for physical fitness. There are times when we have a number of ways of approaching physical fitness. I mean, you can go on a treadmill, you can do weight, you can do Zumba, you can do dancing, all the kinds of stuff. A fast way, the cardio that we call it. That's great. There's nothing wrong with it. But there are limitations there. And just like, it's not a long, stretched out practice. And there are different focuses, obviously. There's different focus for that type of practice and different focus for the continuous, slow practice, prolonged practice. And the Chinese masters, when we did the yin and when they balancing the yin and the yang, they said to us, if you do it 100 times, you will be healthy. If you do this 1,000 times, can you imagine doing just this 1,000 times? It requires a lot of physical coordination, synchronization of energy, mind, and all that. It's a different type of practice. It's much more like the Swan. Long, slow, ongoing practice. And that's Tai Chi and Qigong. And in Tai Chi and Qigong, therefore, we have seen occasionally, we have seen in big Chinese parks or in Hong Kong, we were there, in Thailand also, people stand for hours. It's a standing meditation. And the hand is like that, standing for a long time. Does it build physical fitness? You better believe it is physical fitness itself. You will not be able to do this unless you are really physically fit. So just wanted to share this story with you and recognize that there's a lot of differences in different ways of being physically fit. So are we going to be a swan or are we going to be a crow? Think about it.